Hey everybody, give me a 7 in the chat if you guys can hear me right now. I don't know what happened to the last live stream. Literally, I just got disconnected. Um, my screen was still running like it was live. Thank God I was checking YouTube through my television while it's muted. Or I would have been doing a live stream and not live. I deleted because it was 3 minutes and 51 seconds. And it's for those that are in the comment section saying, when is your live going to be, tomorrow or next week? I'm sorry that YouTube booted me out. The live started at 4:35 to be exact, and it booted me out. I don't know why. I can't control that or the internet. I can't control a lot of what's going on around me right now, even though a lot of people seem to expect me to. I'm going to try to talk about summer. I have a lot of stuff queued up. I have footage that I have found of Carly Trent's, Mrs. Simpson, I guess is the way you say it, Gary Simpson's wife, and her interview that I don't think we've seen before that I have for y'all today. I have, and the reason I think it's important is because I think Carly Trent's case and Summer's case mirror each other so much. And we've got a subsect that today I'm not pulling no punches. Like, come after me. You can't take anything more than what I'm getting hit with right now. Very few of you know exactly what I'm dealing with. And let me say this. I appreciate everyone reaching out through the comments and through email giving me advice. What I will tell those of you is before, please listen to what I say in the live stream, okay? And what I posted. It will make a lot of difference because it kind of makes me feel like I'm being talked down to. You know, and think about this, how much research and documentation you've seen me pull on not just Summer's case, but other cases. So why would I be so ignorant and dumb when it came to dealing with my own family? Nope, I'm not allowed to take care of me, explore with me. No, ma'am. There's other forces within the family that make that not possible. When you're the only one that'll spend the night. And then, by the way, let me explain something real quick with the gas situation and why I'm asking for help. And let me answer some of the most asked questions real quick and get it out of the way, okay? Number one, why can't you just stay the night? Okay, little man has school and she has work. When she has to be at work before school, somebody has to get him there, okay? Also, I am driving and doing deliveries now. My home base is here. If I want to work and get a paycheck, I have to come home to do that. It's that simple. There's a lot of factors. The room, you can't even lay a recliner all the way out. That's how tiny it is. I think it used to be a bathroom. The way it's set up. But anyway, let's see. For those that have said there's supposed to be meal vouchers and gas cards. Okay. That's a negative and a negative. According to the case manager and social worker that I was told to contact. By the way, we're on number 5. Because every time you change a room, you change a floor. And when you change a floor, you change a caseworker or case manager. And their case managers are also the same social worker. I can't go talk to anyone in administration until Monday morning at 8 a.m. And best believe I will be there. Medicare, Ombudsman, spoke to them already. United Healthcare, representative, spoke to them already. An official complaint already being filed to the point there will be people coming into the hospital, evaluating, looking, and other things. With anything else, like government type shit, it moves as slow as molasses running uphill on a cold day. I know you did, Miss Rhonda. I know you did. And I love you for it. Kimberly, they don't. They don't. And I don't understand. How? Let me say this. One thing I have learned through this, that every one of y'all need to really listen to and take heart to, because I give a damn about you and your families. If you don't hear nothing else I say about me personally and what I've learned, hear this. Since the fungoitis that YouTube makes me call it, or COVID-19 has come through, our healthcare system is in a huge crisis. It ain't a joke. Those that really care are being forced to be quiet and to shut their mouths if they're still allowed to be there. The ones that are there working right now with you and your family when you go in, all they care about is what comes on that paycheck. That's not my opinion. That's what I was told by someone that's been there for 30-some years. I can't go into a couple situations. What I will tell you is, I'm going to give you a couple generalities, and I really need y'all to hear. And knowing what you already know, you should be able to make an inference. As a family member that's being asked to make choices and decisions, or jointly make choices and decisions and inform the patient of what was going on, that family member should be the first person that is fully informed of everything going on and where it stands. But when that family member and other family members are being told, on one hand, okay, they're being told this person is very sick, very, very sick. You need to speak to them while they can about making certain choices. You gotta take it in there. I told you, Jeremiah, you can't have it in here. No, in there. Jesus, please take the wheel. And they're talking about DNRs. And they know that the patient has said, no, I want all means used. They know that the patient is aware, as well as the family member, that at one point in time it could be that they're not able to make choices, and that family member will have to make those choices at that time. And they're aware and willing to put that on that person, and that person knows it. And they don't have an option of taking it or not. It is not your place, especially if you're not the doctor, to tell other family members that, and to get on the phone and talk to the person who's stuck in the middle without the choice to just follow the wishes, like they're stupid and like they're slow, and to talk to them like they don't know what's going on, and that they haven't been there every single day since the 13th of October. Or 19th of October, my bad. Sorry, I was reading and talking. Maybe you should be more worried about why there's not been a bath given. Maybe you should be more worried about why the insurance company sent me paperwork saying when you sent them out the hospital, you didn't have their permission, and they didn't give you permission because the person was not medically sound enough to leave the facility. And you did it anyway. And they came back in worse shape. Maybe that's what you should be worried about. Maybe you should be worried about violating HIPAA rights and the patient's Bill of Rights when they're asking for a second opinion outside of your healthcare system. I worked 20 years in the healthcare system. Doesn't matter what position it was. I saw this shit day in and day out. It's not what it used to be. I don't know how to tell you. And those of you that don't know and haven't been there in the last 24 months, Kimberly, you can take a cow to water, but you can't make it drink. Refusing to do that, Kimberly. That's what everybody don't understand. I got a steak in front of me, and my hands are tied behind me, and I'm being told to eat. That's the best analogy I can give you. Until you've been here, I don't know how to explain it. It's hurry up and wait. Refusing to give any control to anyone. Sorry, y'all, I had to. I couldn't help but blame my nose. Y'all ain't heard the kicker. Just hold on. So in this breath, this individual is saying, they're saying that your family member, just generalities, is very, very sick. Very sick. To the point you need to get advanced directives. You need a DNR. You need this. You need that, right? And then less than 10 minutes later, that same person, talking about the same family member of yours, is saying, but Monday, they're probably going to be going to intensive rehab 3 hours a day, 5 days a week of intensive rehabilitation and physical therapy. But they're so sick you can't even get an IV line in. You have to surgically put a line in if you need to, for any reason. How is that possible? Somebody please explain that to me, because I can't get answers. I feel crazy as hell. I've been dealing with that for almost a month now. Yesterday, as I stood up today, my goal was to take a step, but today, like I say, it's like being a little bit pregnant. 76, Tama. It's like being a little bit pregnant. It's impossible. Now, before everybody in the family starts ringing my line and cussing me out and talking more shit that I got to deal with, let's get on with talking about summer. So I can finish this live stream and on the wing of a prayer, drive up the mountain and have to drive back down again because I have to work tomorrow. I have to work on Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays are the best days. And I didn't get to do but 1 or 2 deliveries before all hell broke loose today. So I got to work tomorrow. And by the way, I cannot work from there. I've tried that. There's GPS and, oh God, what is it called? Something parameters. I can't think. My mind is, it's a GPS field thing and they can tell where you're at when you're on thing. Yeah, Muffin Top, that's true story. True story. Support, rather than feeling like I'm battling, would be so much easier. Right, Annette. And how about it would, while it's hurry up and get here and do nothing but sit here. And while it's that, not one person is saying, how are you going to fill your car up with gas? How are you going to eat? How are you going to pay bills and survive? Because I can't do that and be there every day and night. Guess that's the lovely things of being an only child, huh? I don't recommend it. And who can eat when you're so stressed out and tore up? Thank you, Dottie Lee. It is, but I feel I have to address it because I keep getting asked these questions over and over and over again, I think the important part, though, I want y'all to know, because I do care, is I want y'all to know and understand what's going on in this country right now. Apparently, all across the country, for those that haven't needed in-hospital care since 2020. And apparently, even if they're funded by state or federal funds on a lot of things,
You're awesome.
It's up to them and their choices. They already know that we're not too damn well happy with them. Thank you, Brad Marshall. Thank you so much. I couldn't even see. Sorry, y'all. Good news is my eye's still healing. And thank you, what big eyes. I get it. My eye's still healing. I've almost got enough to get that box of eye drops and put gas in the car. Get up there. It bothers me a little bit at night or after I've, used it a lot. I just want y'all to understand what's going on because I don't want to see you or any of y'all. That's what they're saying in that. That's what the nurses are telling me, whispering. Don't let anybody hear me say this because they'll run me out of here. One has even gave me numbers of who to contact, It's a shame when it's the insurance company that's fighting for the person to stay. Let that sink in. How many times have y'all heard of Medicare or Medicaid? And it's Medicare, this situation, fighting for somebody to stay in the hospital longer. They sent a letter with a list of like 13 items as to why she shouldn't have been discharged. And they did it anyway. No, it's not the way it was then, no. I worked with hospice. I worked doing in-home care and light cleaning duties and, taking somebody to doctor's appointments. I worked in 3 different nursing facilities, the last of which I was on a respite rehab hall before I took care of both of my grandparents. Not now. They discharged her right the Friday before Halloween at 5:30 in the evening and back at 8:30 in the morning. And Gene, to your very rarely, if ever, I got the paperwork to prove it. I have the paperwork from Medicare and from the supplement company, both, denying it on medical need for in-hospital care after the 15 items that are listed, beginning with brain surgery. Okay, so I want to get this because I've had this information and I want to bring this forward. All I'll say before I start talking about summer is anybody that would like to help with gas and expenses at this time, the Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo out there. Prayers are more than welcomed. I know everybody can't, and that's fine. Nobody's expecting anything. I'm humbled and appreciative of anything. Because it's not cheap. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich is $4 freaking dollars. It's ridiculous. They are. I know. 9 days we've been asking for a transfer so that she can be out of that healthcare system into another that the insurance does cover for a second opinion. They don't have available beds. We've been told daily. Even when I call that hospital and they tell me they have one and they call, for some reason it just can't happen. It's ridiculous. But I'm also tenacious and relentless. So I want to give y'all this information so I can go and make their lives a living hell, I guess. Because that's my job today. Today there's a few things I want to talk about Carly Trimp's case. And there's a couple reasons why. I talked to y'all. I've done a video. Everybody knows who Bobo is, Jeff Bobo. He's the main writer on most of these articles that have to do with Summer's case and with Carly's case. And a lot of these drug charges and other issues. And I'm wondering why Carly's article had to be updated the very day after Summer went missing. Now, Carly's case was from 2017. So why the very day after Summer went missing was it updated by Bobo? And some other stuff. I'm going to show y'all that too. I want to start out, since Miss Smiley's in here. I feel you, Nana. My grandma and grandpa was my last. Oh, yes, really. Along with the boating accident and several others. Thank you, Brent, for becoming a member. Thank you. Several others. I'm going to show you each and every one of those. I want to start off Summer's talk with a video made by none other than Miss Smiley. It's a short one, but I think it speaks all of our hearts on this case and where we're at. I agree, Sassy. I might have some information on that that I just can't share right now legally. But I'm going to get it to y'all. Let's see. Just trying to share my screen, y'all, so just bear with me. The article, hold on a minute. Y'all know I got one eye. No, that's not the right one. Did it just switch on me? Okay, y'all bear with me. I'm trying to share this screen. There we go.
This is amazing!
Come on, work with me, computer. All right.
Hold on.
Ronnie Lawson, I don't know what your oath is as a sheriff, but my right hand on this Bible, there will be no peace if there is no Summer Wells. No justice, no peace. I'm on a mission. And my promise is no justice, no peace. Where is Summer Wells? And you need to free the people of Hawkins County. Where is Summer Wells? Go back in your office and start over. This is my mission and this is my oath. Where is Summer Wells? If anybody has any credible information on Summer Wells, please don't forget her. Keep her name and face out there. Summer Wells went missing on June 15th from Rogersville, Tennessee, supposedly from 110 Ben Hill Road. If you have any credible information, call 1-800-TBI or FBI. Please keep her name and face out there. She was born and she is important and we need to keep her out there. And I swear on this Bible, for everything I love, I'm not giving up. Justice for Summer Wells. No summer, no peace.
The next thing I'm going to show you is a video from Mr. Gary Simpson's wife. It's an interview about when Carly went missing that I haven't seen before, that I found. So we're going to look at that next. Then I'm going to show you, and it was 2016. Apparently, the original article that Jeff Bobo wrote it says 2017 on the one with Gary Simpson, I think, y'all. I have to look at it, pull it up, and we're going to. I just got to close some windows first. But the day after Summer went missing, the article Jeff Bobo wrote about Gary Simpson and Carly Trent was updated. Now, the only thing I see different from the original article is a lot of references to how Carly was found and what went down have been removed. But let's look at this interview right quick.
When you work for a plan as good as Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, you kind of feel bad.
She had no idea. That's what Carly Trent's aunt Linda Simpson continues to tell News Channel 11 and Curtis McLeod tonight about her husband, Gary Simpson. He's the man, of course, the uncle who is thought to have taken Carly Trent from her school. A shocking move with their niece that continues to baffle not only the police, but also this young woman's family. Live team coverage continues tonight. We're going back to Rogersville. Curtis McLeod, you spoke.
Yeah, I did, Josh. I spoke with his father and his area. Now, we did speak with Linda Simpson, Gary's wife. She tells me that her husband would vanish with her young niece, Carly.
Hi, it's me, Carly.
She's the happiest little girl you ever did see, full of energy. She's never stale a minute for nothing.
Linda Simpson reflects on happier times, a time just a week ago when her niece, Carly Trent, was not the center of a national search. She took us back to that fateful morning, the last time she saw her husband, Gary Simpson, and Carly.
I got up just like normal to get the girls up and for school. He got up about half an hour later, and everything was just like normal.
But it wasn't, or at least Linda Simpson would soon find out later that day after her husband took Carly from school and vanished. Linda says,
I have to pause to say stuff for formative content and transformation. So what I'm going to say is, please notice how her eyes shift. Notice how it acts. I know, Smiley. I've been looking. I've been researching. A lot of people hadn't seen this. Even though James Trent, if y'all listen to what this aunt says, even though her father, James Trent, had custody, it sounds to me like she and her sister were still living in the house with her aunt and uncle, based on what she says.
after both Carly and her sister got up, her husband Gary,
he got his cup of coffee, a bowl of cereal. We sat and watched for the bus after the girls got ready, and they went out here and got on the bus, went off to school. Well, then at 6:30 he left to go take his dad to do some errands and stuff, and that's the last I saw of him.
After speaking with Gary Simpson's father, we do know that he made it to Goshen Valley. Gary then took his father and stepmother to a doctor's appointment in Kingsport. It's believed that he then went back to Rogersville, where he made a stop at the Save-A-Lot store and then picked Carly up from Hawkins Elementary. Now, a week later.
And let me say this. The reason that I got so upset when I first found Carly's case, that a lot of people still don't understand. Look at the similarities. First of all, how close they live to one another. Do you know how close Simpson Loop is to 110 Ben Hill? It's spitting distance. We watched JLR walk through the woods longer than that. That's one. Two. Both of them are cute little girls with blonde hair and blue eyes from the same area. And like I said early on, oh yeah, Virginia is very close to the Tennessee line on that end. You go from Hawkins County across Sullivan into Blountville, and Blountville right into Tennessee. Let me say this too. Those of you that are watching Jay, and I'll just put it out there because I got no filter, and fuck them if they get mad. I'm at that point. JLR and what he's telling y'all about Sonia and court sessions. Got news. Those of you that have been with my channel for a while should be hollering at him, hey, you should go look at what Nita did back when they were saying Sonia went to visit Dawn in jail, when they were talking about Utah and Sonia went marching up in there. Exactly, Tama. Old news. I done talked about it like 6-8 months ago. Yeah. Exactly. We all knew that. We all knew that. Not just about the sister, but about the husband being an RSO. Because somebody asked me, well, if his sister could have a child, why didn't they just adopt the child to her? Well, my thought process then is the same as now. Nobody's going to let that happen with her husband having his record that he has. You know? I'm with you, all the shirts. Been there. Been there since I found out about Carly's case very early on in Summer's case. Exactly. And let me say this, Smiley. They got money. When you can buy almost $1 million worth of property in a calendar year, like the calendar year that we've had since Summer went missing, as far as economically, even in Utah, and you can be part of a racing team and go scuba diving and skiing and everything else. I know you did, Ron. I saw this. You got money to burn. You got money. So again, my question is, unless y'all know something we don't, while Sonia been stomping in the police station and allegedly coming to see Dawn, where's the high-powered attorneys coming in with guns drawn and slinging? Real shit. There's also, in this interview, I think this is the one where they talk to her daddy. There's one that I can't play you. It's from Inside Edition. I will put a link in the community tab section. And what I am going to tell you is it's taken on the day they had the celebration or the day right before the celebration. And they do an interview with James Trent, Carly's daddy. Why is it important? Well, they talk about how she's not beat up, she's not hurt, she doesn't have any trauma. She is not traumatized in any way. Okay? But 3 years later, he gets charged with SA of Carly because of a paper they found in his van. A man that could not read and write. He had less of an education than my grandfather, who had a 6th grade education. And I mean real talk. I'm being 100% real today. Like, y'all want to get real? Let me tell y'all something. We'll let this play and I'll tell you, allegedly, Ronnie, you and Miss Polly, Loaf's mama, y'all went to high school together. You'd be amazed at what your constituents and your old buddies and friends and their children have to say. Like, allegedly, you a big ho, 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 and have been since you was old enough to know what to do with it. And then, I hate to hear about your father-in-law's passing, but it's interesting who they're related to. Or who your wife's related to. It's also interesting with the description of veiled threats. You know, like, I don't know, making a donation to a food bank or a similar type situation where donations are taken for nonprofit organizations that help your constituents and people in your community. And they ain't seen you in that organization in over 3 years. But after they give an interview and tell some of your business, like, I don't know, back in September of 2021, when they told about your son's math habit, and how he liked to do his mathematics, they got a donation. Really, Denise? That's crazy. Oh, that's true. That was real. Because you had to leave a receipt. And that person was privately one of my sources at the time that's now no longer talking to anybody because she's scared. And I'll be damned if I tell you which 5013C that they work for, but because you made donations to several that week. Yep, Miss Justice. That part. Got you, Miss Katie. Welcome, little Dev. I'm going to let them finish playing this interview. And then we're going to go to another video where they're talking about the distribution of the reward for Carly. This is the one I bet y'all ain't seen yet either. Yeah, Denise, honey, they, like any other bureaucratic bullshit, it's like molasses running uphill on a cold day. I want to make sure and get this and this other video to you guys. And then I'm going to slow down my video where I showed y'all, and we're going to look at each screen, show y'all how after Bobo did all this editing and updating, how he got bumped up to editor-in-chief of the Rogersville Review. And my question to Bobo is, Bobo, why are you updating the boating accident? Why are you updating Carly's cases and celebration all right after Summer went missing? Why are you updating and calling it update when you're not adding new information? An update means you add something new, not you take away something that was already there. And then that August, not long before the first vigil, you got editor-in-chief. But why on your LinkedIn and your other accounts does it talk about your work for Kingsport and all, but you don't mention the Rogersville Review that you still are editor for? I'm just saying. I just have questions. And I'm not making any allegations. These are things that make me say, and make me have more questions and keep on digging. Like, we go look at your own bio. And let me ask this. Why? And I've got the one thing, by the way, the live stream where I showed this for Nathan Grant Lawson at the time of Kingsport, Tennessee, who was an RSO. He's now served his RSO time and doesn't have to be registered. But why is there just one little half sentence about that registration available? Everything. Oh, and by the way, Bobo, my next question. After you update your shit, why is it behind the paywall? And why, when somebody goes and pays, even through a prepaid card that doesn't have their name on it, how do you get that person's first, middle, and last government name? Those are my questions. What y'all up to? My thing, and I've always said, one of my mantras in life, when you act like you have something to hide, it's because the fuck you do. Back to this. Since Annette, you said that, I'm going to say one more thing, y'all. Sorry. No, I'm going to wait and play this because I have to be transformative. So work with me, y'all.
Later still, no sign of Gary Simpson or Carly Trent. Linda Simpson says that she wants Carly to know that her uncle can't be trusted.
Don't listen to Uncle Gary. If you see me, Gary's lying to you, whatever he's telling you, because you're supposed to be home. And we all love you and miss you, and we're looking for you. Everybody, everywhere's looking for you.
Home where so many are eagerly
Okay, bye. I gotta go.
awaiting Carly Trent's return. Now back here live in Rogersville, of course, TBI still on the scene here, still with their mobile command unit. Now coming up on the news at 6 o'clock, again, I did speak with Gary Simpson's father, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more information that they told me, that what they want everyone to know in regards to this entire case, this entire investigation. I'll have that information to share with you when you join us on the news in just a little bit at 6 o'clock. But for now, we're live in Rogersville. Curtis McLeod.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I also have two other news articles we're going to talk about. I'm going to show y'all real quick. Like the gentleman that allegedly murdered Breonna Tester, who is tied to Summer's case as much as her family and everybody else wants to say she's not. I think she's more tied into the drug angle than anybody, in my opinion, allegedly. Okay? Right, Molly? On your screen, this is all that's left of Nathan Grant Lawson's information. He is on the nonviolent offenders. It gives his date of birth and the address he had in Kingsport as of 2017. Oh my God, no, April. Let me check Twitter, you guys, and see if it's on here, if I can find it. April B says she just got a tweet saying that a hunter has found Quentin, baby Quentin's body. Y'all, I might break down. I can't give my opinion on that case. I can't. Because if I give my opinion on that case, people in this world will hate me. I'm looking right now. Thank you, Laylee. I appreciate it so much. I'm checking. I don't know how to do the Twitter. Help me. What do I do? Type in Quentin Simon. Please, somebody tell me. Tell me what to do on the Twitter. Help me. I'm sorry, y'all. I sound so dumb. I'm just overwhelmed so much right now. Whoo.
You're
Let's just type in
awesome.
Quentin Simon, right? Right, guys? Yeah, but just type in Quentin. Okay, thank you. Quinton. More, baby. I'm telling you, they need to put them under the jail. Right, he can't have justice and peace, Mexican Vixen. That's from November 7th. I'm not seeing anything new right now. $20 hours ago. I'm not showing it yet. You're fine lately. You're fine, baby. I want to say something about that case. One thing I will say, and it's not speaking out in support of YouTubers or nothing else, but let me say this. Unequivocally, let me say this to you guys. That sheriff's department and police department have to take some part of what's going on outside that house. You came out nationally and internationally and announced that mama was your number one suspect and that you have video of her putting him in a trash can and taking him to the landfill and everything else. Then you don't say nothing else. You don't make an arrest. What do you expect to happen? Real shit. What do you expect? Y'all have to take some liability. I'm not seeing an update on Twitter either. So I don't know where that's coming from. And that's November 3rd, November 10th. 20 hours ago, the Aware Foundation. Okay, April B, hold on. Just type Quentin Simon Aware Foundation. Let's try that. Okay, no results with his name, so let's just take out his name and do Aware Foundation. Yeah, it says I'm following them. There's two different ones that came up, too. Okay, 1 hour ago, that's about the missing runaway. Senior alert. I'm on the Aware Foundation, April B. There's 2 that came up, though. Yeah, I know about Trinity, Rhonda. I've been following that one. Okay, 5 hours ago. Oh, that's Quentin Rourke. Okay, everybody, I have the answer. April B. Everybody. The update from the Aware Foundation says Quentin has been located, deceased. His remains were discovered by a hunter on November 10th, 2022, in the areas of Adderholt and Gaston Webb's Chapel Roads. Quentin went missing on July 12th, 2022. No other details are available at this time. It is Quentin Rourke, who is an adult male that was 27 at the age. I am on the, let me just show you so you know, April, I'm talking. Hold on. Everybody bear with me. Let me show you. It is the wrong Quentin. It is not Quentin Simon. It is Quentin Rourke. It is the wrong Quentin. Let me show you. Just hold on a moment. I'm trying to share my screen so I can show you guys. It is the Aware Foundation. It is them. It is a Quentin, but it is not the correct Quentin. Takes just a moment to get it up, you guys. Should be on your screen any second. What's up, GG? Again, it's the wrong Quentin. Y'all see, it's the Aware Foundation, just like April B told us. Update 5 hours ago. Just like she said, remains discovered by a hunter. And you see the poster and the picture attached to it. It is Quentin Rourke. It is not the correct Quentin. This is a 27-year-old male. And just to double check, we'll keep scrolling. Shh. They've got an update for all these people that I'm showing you. I have not seen any update for Quentin Simon. Until you get to the part where it shows the picture, it did not tell which Quentin it was. I'm scrolling all the way through all of these because at the very minimal, we're sharing other missing persons. So it's definitely positive. Absolutely, that baby needs to be found. GG, to get the whole thing of how I'm feeling and everything else, honey, you'll have to start at the beginning. I can't. physically and emotionally go through that no more. I gotta eat something. I ain't eat today, but I just keep throwing up and running to the bathroom. I was pretty sure that that's in North Carolina. By the way, they're going over again that the hunter discovers the remains. That is the Quentin Rourke that's here in North Carolina. You got that right, Annette. So, once again, it is not Quentin Simon that was found. Just to let everybody know, I'll roll back up. See, if you just read the caption above it, you'll see that it does not say which Quentin. It just says Quentin has been found, located, and everything, and it gives a road. And if you're not from the area, you wouldn't know. But Gaston County's not far from where I live. Vixen, honey, I'm not sick. It's not that. Honey, I've been crying my eyeballs out. There's so much going on. You'll just have to rewind, honey, and watch the beginning when you get a chance. You're fine, April B. I would have, if I had just read it and not seen the poster, I would have thought exactly what you thought. The only reason I knew anything is because when they said Anderholt and Gaston Webb's Chapel Roads, I know where Gaston Webb's Chapel Road is because I'm from the North Carolina area. And I have family that lives in Gaston County. So, God, Annette. All right, y'all. Let me get out of this. And I'm going to go back to what I was showing y'all about Nathan Grant Lawson real quick. Anybody that would like to help me go back through some of the older live streams that I have, and it's going to be older. It's going to be between the first week of August 2021 to the first week of December 2021, where I showed the picture and all the charges and everything. Make sure I get the right one. I think that's it. Oh, so much queued up. Okay. Where is the picture? Okay. So it's a screenshot. Okay. Honey, no, you're good, April. It didn't hurt a thing. Look at all the wanted pictures that we got out there and all the information on missing persons that we shared because of that. No, ma'am, that was the man upstairs wanted somebody's face shown during this broadcast to get them help. So you're good. I feel like there was an underlying reason. So there's no reason to apologize whatsoever. Country Christian, if you're asking me, Right now, my biggest need is gas. I wouldn't care if it's a gift card to a gas station. As long as it's a gas station that we have, that's my biggest thing right now. I know I counted, and I think I need $13.41 or something around 13 and some change, less than 50 cents, to get my medicine. That's it. I'm not trying to ask for the world. I just want to feel less helpless and hopeless by now. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta play a video right now, okay? I need a minute. This is gonna be the discussion of the reward fund that y'all probably have never seen before, okay? The first thing y'all notice is that it's the Kingsport Times News, and guess who's the editor? Guess who's the writer? None other than Bobo. Why does it seem he's ashamed of the Rogersville Review and working for them? And April B., baby, it ain't got nothing to do with you, honey. I'm telling you, it was meant to be. That was none other than God, and he wanted us there for some reason. Look at the fact that I scrolled through probably 20 missing persons cases and got their faces on here for everybody to look at and see. So there was a reason behind it. No apologies necessary. You were trying to do something good with no ill intent. I'm thankful to you. We were able to keep any misinformation out there, so it was a good thing.
All of you have been very important in making this event possible, and we just want to let you know how important you are, how much we're thankful for you, and how much we appreciate you being here. We have over here a couple of special recognitions. Chief Doug Nelson is responsible for the Rogersville Sheriff's Department, and they were the arresting officers in the search for Carly Trent. Sheriff's Department, Ronnie Lawson, if you would stand up, please. We want to thank you for being here. And then this couldn't have happened without Roger Carpenter, if you'd stand. These guys are bashful. Larry Hamlin, Donnie Lawson, go ahead and stand up. Donnie's been wrestling with a mule and he lost.
Here's, by the way, an up-close and personal individual look at all these that were there. And let me say something. A little birdie, little bug was put in my ear and said, most of these are either related or know each other since high school. And they told me to look into masonry ties betwixt them. Because I asked, what's going on? And a lot of them have ties with something that sounds like clan with a k in front of it that I can't say. You got RSOs, you got Masons, you got clans, possibly Aryan. Yup, since diaper days. Ha! Right. Right. Right on, what big guys, and those copperheads have ties to the AB, and the AB is not, A balance. Y'all might hear some sound effects from Little Man. He came and asked me to open his cakester, whatever this is, Oreo cakester. Okay, now don't swing on me, Spider-Man. Tell everybody hey while you're in here.
Hey.
Say hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Hi, Spider-Man, rebel Spider-Man, spins the web, any size, baby, and fine. Wake up, here comes Spider-Man.
Sing the Days of the Week song, and I'll give you a cookie.
ABC.
No, that's your ABCs. Remember? Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 days away a week. I don't like to sing this song. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 7 days away a week.
What's your favorite letter in the alphabet?
A.
Why?
Kimberly.
Why is A your favorite letter?
Because I like pushing A on the switch.
Because you like... He likes when he pushes the A on the switch for the game that he plays. Oh, my Lord. Oh, I needed that. All right, let's go back to this. Y'all might find some interesting information. Part of this I'm watching for the first time with you. But I thought that it would be really nice for everybody to get a visual of these gentlemen that were involved in the search for Carly, because remember when Ronnie came out and asked for everybody to search their own properties for summer? It was the same thing with Carly. Some of the same properties and property owners. Y'all never know who involved in this case that might be seen in this video. And I do need those of you, those who live in that area, keep reaching out to me and telling me what to look for and where to go get it. Because these obscure videos, we're going to keep showing them. I'm not going to stop. Justice for Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Ain't that right, Smiley? We won't stop. We can't stop. Your threats, your drama. Do you really think that you're going to do more to me than is already being done currently? My soul is being ripped apart. Yes, he was, Katie Kitty, allegedly. It's unauthorized use of a vehicle, Sassy. That's what it's called. But it's a UAI or something like that. It's called unauthorized use of a vehicle. All right. Back to the video.
And then Stuart Franklin. They're sort of over here.
Just a quick note. Mr. Stuart Franklin's words are what was removed in the update of the article. You know, where he was talking about how they held Mr. Simpson at gunpoint, him and Donnie, until the police arrived, allegedly. About how allegedly Donnie, on that ninth day, dropped out of heaven like an angel sent to them. And without him, they would have never found Carly. Allegedly.
Here in the corner. We've already had a happy ending. Back in May, we had a happy ending. Today is just icing on the cake. So I want to begin by sort of going back over some of the events that happened. It was on Wednesday, May the 4th, Carly Marie Trent was checked out of school by an uncle, which began one of the largest manhunts in local history, and I believe it was even national history. There were people from states around that were calling us. Local residents, moms and dads, grandparents, they could not believe. You know, we have children and grandchildren, and our minds raced at what could have been the end result of this. I mean, we were devastated at the thought that in Hawkins County, a child could be kidnapped. So over the next 8 days, in the parking lot across from our city hall up here, we had U.S. Marshals, we had TBI and FBI roped off an entire parking lot up there, and they set up headquarters at the same time. We had the Sheriff's Department, the Police Department, our Forestry Department, anyone that was available were out in this massive search. One of the elements that we want to make evident today that a lot of times is overlooked is just as soon as it was announced that Carly...
I just saw what was said about Monkey. Where are they reporting that at? Can somebody please tell me? And thank you, What Big Eyes and Miss Country Christian. Thank you. Can somebody please tell me where that's being reported about Michael Vaughn? Is it on? It's on Twitter, Nana. Thank you. While we're watching this, I'll see if I can't pull that up. Okay, guys. But y'all will really, really find some of this stuff very interesting. I want you to put this picture you see on your screen right now, side by side with the picture of Summer. Tell me how close them two little girls look to each other. In your opinion. I know in mine. Can somebody tell me, is it in the neighbor's yard with the bulldozer or the family's yard? Oh my God. Don't even want to ask that question. Alright, let me let this play and I'll pull it up, y'all. Just stay with me for a moment.
Marie Trent was missing, as you could begin to see on the internet, one particular thing: pray for Carly Marie Trent. You could go in any business, you could go in Kingsport, in Morristown, and counties around, and you would see signs in the business doors that simply said, pray for Carly Marie Trent. You know, the statistics are this, that the chances of finding someone diminish with every hour that goes by. And as the days passed, the hours were going by and the clock was ticking, and everybody was aware of that, especially our Sheriff's Department and our local police department. 8 days had passed.
I pulled it up. Just hold on. I'm trying to share screen. I'm sorry to interrupt this, but I am interrupted with an update currently. Should be up on the screen shortly, you guys. Says 41 minutes ago, Fruitland PD chief told, Duggan reports that it's related to Michael Vaughn and that a lead brought them here. She, Duggan, saw a tractor go in the backyard a while ago. Fence is taken apart. Crime scene tape everywhere. Let's see what else we can find out. Let's see if we can get all the comments. I don't know how to do it, so y'all bear with me. I'm figuring it out. Hope I clicked the right thing. That's a reply. How do I get the comments? Oopsies. I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all bear with. Is this it? That's 3 minutes away from his house, according to the tweet. Said it appears to be a solid lead with probable cause to get a warrant and dig up somebody's backyard. So they've already gotten a warrant to dig up the backyard, y'all. Yes, Summer is, or was, at the last time I checked, she was on that list. Maybe the Honda Pilot owner. Oh my God, y'all. If nothing else, this should renew hope for Summer, for us as well. And I know that sounds horrible in a way. Yes, she is under trafficking. It's just a neighbor that's 3 minutes away from their residence. It must be a substantial lead for them to get a warrant, put up crime scene, close the road, and dig up the yard. It's got to be something very substantial. You're welcome, Miss Rose. I can only keep hoping and praying for Summer. It does give me hope. You know, it's being close to the same amount of time. And we will see what else they have to tell us. And I'll keep following it. Because we're not giving up on Summer. Nobody's gave up on Mr. Michael Vaughn. We're not giving up on Summer. And they're not scaring us off. Yeah, I know, Katie. As I understand it, the bulldozer is what the police have brought in right now. Just trying to see all the... Okay, that's all for that thread. Let's see what else is available. Okay, so let's finish typing his name here. B-A-U-G-H. I wonder if I should say missing or... I spelled Michael wrong. M-A-C-H-A-E-L. Yeah, I spelled Michael wrong. Let's see if I need... I wonder if I should put monkey in there. Or missing. Let's do monkey. Says a tip has led Y'all should be able to see this on the screen. A tip has led authorities to a home in Fruitland. Looks like they are digging up the backyard. So again, second report that they have a bulldozer in the backyard 3 minutes away from Michael's home. Yes. I honestly don't know, Michelle, but that's the second report. Let's see if there's any more. This is from November 28th. Let's see what else we got. So far, let's see what else. They're bringing dogs there too. Oh, God. Here, 11 minutes ago, they are searching a neighboring house, breaking. Let's see what we can find out, y'all. I don't know if it'll let me play this. Oh, if it will, we're all listening. I'll mute.
Hearing the heavy equipment in no matter where she's at with police and her family went through. Those types of things we save for the people that are guilty of crimes. And like, for example, Leilani and Billy Joe, they haven't even sat in jail, and their background is 10 times worse, and they didn't get half of the crap that Brandy and Tyler got, not even half of it. And that's with me sitting out in the front yard. like, and they deserve so much worse. And here Brandy has been through the ringers and still came out and still strong. And that's why I said, this is the difference between parents that are guilty and parents that are innocent.
Spooky, y'all ain't been able to hear me. Damn it. Okay, look. So what I just got done saying was I'm going to keep monitoring Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for any more updates on Michael. Right now, it's the same thing that we've already looked over and missed. There's nothing new. I want to get this info out about Summer. One thing, we're going to finish looking at this about Carly, but just to let y'all know, I have a news article two of them actually, that I haven't seen anybody really talk about. Smiley did talk about the one with Breonna Tester. Please tell me I did not just close this. But has anybody heard that back in October of 2021 that the K9 program used to help in the search for Summer Wells was disbanded? Well, I have that for you today, along with some other info that's not been put out there that should have been. And we're going to talk about it as much as we can. I've got to get on the road. I'm not sure where my daughter is with the car. Lord help me. I'm going to have a meltdown. But anyway, we're going to finish this, and we're going to look at two other news articles for certain. And then I'm also going to show you Mr. William Branch Lawson, the attorney that was disbarred in Hawkins County. We're going to look at some other things. And I'll keep checking on Monkey.
Well, in the meantime, another local group had been made up of 4 local citizens, and that was Roger Carpenter, Larry Hamlin, Donnie Lawson, and Stuart Franklin. And these men sort of felt that God was leading them to look slimmer, that if Carly Marie Trent were found, that she would be alive, much less that she would be safe. Well, in the meantime, another local group had been made up of 4 local citizens, and that was Roger Carpenter, Larry Hamlin, Donnie Lawson, and Stuart Franklin. And these men sort of felt that God was leading them to look on the other side of Clinch Mountain in North Hawkins County. And then against all odds, on Thursday, May the 12th, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, rescuers said that God had led them to this particular farm, and some ways off the road, they were able to find a white conversion van, an uncle, and a little 9-year-old girl. I personally believe the headlines should have read, "Our prayers are answered." On the next day, not only was Carly Lee seemingly unharmed, but she wasn't traumatized. And then instead of Saturday being a massive search day, Brooke Hall had organized a community celebration at the park, welcoming Carly Trent home. And indeed, that was a happy ending. So today I want to say thank yous on behalf of these men that searched for Carly. Thank you first to everybody that was a part of the effort. And that was news media, the donors. It was everybody. I want to say personally a thank you to every group that offered up prayers. I want to say thank you to these men that offered rewards for Carly being found. I want to say thank you to our magnificent law enforcement gentlemen and the efforts that they did to find Carly and to manage this massive search. I want to say thank you to every person in Hawkins and other counties that came here and helped in this search, that went door to door and drove county roads and all of those things looking for this little girl. And then finally, we want to say thank you to the Lord, because friends, you know that this could have turned out entirely different. It could have. But there's more good news, because the icing on the cake is that the story would have been happy if it ended there, right? But the story is that these recipients of reward money wanted part of that money to come back and benefit the local charities that are represented here today. So the men that found Carly have refused part of the reward money, and they've directed that to help organizations and charities in Hawkins and Hancock counties. And today we're going to place checks in the hands of these local organizations to allow them to continue doing the good works that are going to help make this a better community when Carly grows up, and for our children and grandchildren as well. So I've got some checks that I want to give out.
Don't forget, we can always rewind and look at each individual money dollar that was handed out. This to me don't make good sense. Was Summer supposed to be another Carly and something went wrong? That's a question I've long asked. That's my personal question. Allegedly, whatever I'm supposed to say. I am not a law enforcement officer, a private detective, or a government official. I am somebody that has a little bit of a brain and money and is asking questions and wondering. And maybe some of my wonderings are fed by some of the locals that's asking the same questions. I agree with I got this. If y'all can't see them on your screen, I'm seeing them on mine. I wish that I could get her story, but they won't let nobody near her.
We have kept none for ourselves. It's divided in different ways. We have divided some more. We have a fund set up that we don't really want to speak of that is strictly for the benefit of the ones affected. But and we tried to.
I think I'm going to rewind what he was just saying and listen once again. How much money did they get? What fund is he talking about? GG of 7, you tell me and we'll all know, because everybody that asks is getting hung up on right now about Summer's Reward Fund. It kind of makes it look like the uncle might have been trying to save her from something. Yeah, I agree. Allegedly, in my opinion.
We have kept none for ourselves. It's divided in different ways. We have divided some more. We have a fund set up that we don't really want to speak of that is strictly for the benefit of the ones affected. But and we tried to do this.
Did they say strictly for the benefit of one of the family? He didn't know how to read and write. We've covered that already. Multiple times, actually. I agree, Dazed, and I got this. Remember, the paper was found 3 years later. I'm going to rewind it again, Dazed. Clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it. And I'm also checking for updates while we're doing this on Michael Vaughn. 2 different ways as we speak. Thank you again to the local that reached out to me. Oh, yeah, I got this. Definitely did. Right here. Gentleman you see with the glasses on the left-hand side of your screen. I agree, all the saints. It was 3 years later the bad things were alleged and charged. I was told by a local that he had around a third grade education, is what I have been told. I agree on the money thing, in my opinion, allegedly. All right, we're going to rewind and let him tell us that one more time. Also, I'm going to pause periodically while this is playing so y'all can see the list that they put up of who got some money on the screen. I do too, Dazed. I'm wondering. The same thing. You and I are on the same page, baby girl, and have been. I've been there for a long time. People just called me crazy.
We've been happy if it ended there, right? But the story is,
Here's the first 10. Notice we got Hawkins and Hancock counties back and forth. I'm wondering why. You see, it tells her reward money. It doesn't give dollar amounts. It just gives a list. And I'm going to keep pausing it. Right? I feel you got this. I feel you.
is that these recipients of reward money wanted part of that money to come back and benefit the local charities that are represented here today. So the men that found Carly have refused part of the reward money, and they've directed that to help organizations and charities in
So that it's transformative and educational. Here's the next 10. Just so everybody can see, this ain't my list. I didn't put this out here. I didn't make this video. This is from 2016. Bobo knows more about it than any of us. Why would Boy Scouts? What is CASA? Hawkins and Hancock counties. The Sneedville Recreation. I don't know. Right, I see that. Foster care for kids. And then we just have Hawkins and Hancock counties. I'm guessing that where it says that it means everything listed under for both counties. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. And the total reward with all this they're giving out, what were they giving, $100 to each thing? I don't get it. Don't worry, you're going to get to rehear that, Annette. Those men were offered the money because they're the ones that allegedly found her.
Hawkins and Hancock counties. And today we're going to place checks in the hands of these local organizations to allow them to continue doing the good works in Hawkins and Hancock counties. And today we're going to place checks in the hands of these local organizations to allow them to continue doing the good works. We're going to place checks in the hands of these local organizations to allow them to continue doing the good allow them to continue doing the good to allow them to continue doing the good want to help make this a better that are going to help make this to allow them to continue doing the good works that are going to help make this a better community when Carly grows up, and for our children and grandchildren as well. So I've got some checks that I want to give out.
We have kept none for ourselves. It's divided different ways. We have divided some more. We have a fund set up that we don't really want to speak of that is strictly for the benefit of the ones affected. But and we tried to do this. We depended on the Lord. I want to thank, first off, I want to thank everybody for their prayers. That's what we asked for every time we was in front of y'all on TV, and it worked. And I hope somebody out there gets that out of this. This worked. Pray unto the good Lord. And I want to thank everybody. Thank you all for covering this and putting it out there, and thank all the churches, every person that prayed for us. We felt it, and it worked, and we want to thank you all for that. And the people were nice enough to put up this money. We have a gentleman right here I'm looking at right now, country music star, that puts all his proceeds up to do stuff like this. That is commendable, and I appreciate him for what he does. And thank each and every one of them that gave money, and we wanted to try to put it to the best use we possibly could. I'm speaking for all four of us. This was never about money. Money never had the first thing in the world to do with this, and we are blessed people. We want y'all to understand that. I think some people have missed that. We feel very blessed to have been part of this, and it has been a blessing, not only to me and all of us. It was very trying, but thank God we had a great turnout. Not a good, we had a great one, and this is a combination of just everybody getting together and trying to get our heads together and do the right thing.
Well, just checked different groups that were in Hawkins County as well as adjoining Hancock County, and selected ones that we felt were that would use the money wisely for other children. And there's some really fine organizations that help a lot of children.
We're not benefiting from it, none at all.
None of us are benefiting
at all
any of it.
It has already been put to good use, I can say that. There was a lady here in this town, that 90-year-old woman that was in need, and her house has been sided and they've put a new porch on for her. That's what we want this money to go to, is something good. We want people to remember this as something positive out of Rogersville. And thanks to you all, you've helped make it that way. We all laughed when it was over with, and I'm sure these two remember, we didn't have a clue how much money they had. People was coming asking us, and we had been so wrapped up in search that we did not have a clue there was this much money.
We were busy across the mountain. We were not watching TV.
I know they can speak for themselves. It was rough the first few nights. We kind of, some people told us it might be, it'd been so stressful and all, but I thought we'd handle it fine. For me, it was rough for about the first 3 nights, sleep and then closing my eyes, but thank God I do fine with it now. And I know Stuart had some trouble, I know, and it was just a stressful situation. I have not tried to pressure her or anything, go up to her. I've specifically talked to her father and her uncle a couple of times and checked on her, and she's doing good. She's still going through some things with this, as far as going through some psychological evaluations, and also I can't speak to that. But anyway, I'm not real sure, as far as how the case turned out, like that, but I do know they are still working with her, and she is doing it. She has started back to school now, and so let's just continue to keep her in her prayers that she does do good. The gentleman that's not here with us, Larry Hamlin, now we had eliminated a lot of Hawkins County. We had eliminated, we did not cross a drive, a blade of grass, or nothing. We made our mind up. We started, if we ever passed the driveway up, start backtracking, we'd never get it covered. So we had quite a bit of area covered. And then we got a big clue that led us to thinking he was across the mountain. And then during this time, Larry Hamlin had a hard time getting around. He's got a bad leg. And anyway, he had gave out on me, and I was praying.
Larry Hamlin that he's talking about, this leg gave out, is the fourth man. He was the one that couldn't go with them on the four-wheelers the day they found Carly because he wasn't physically able. And by the way, not only did he used to have custody along with his wife, if you go back, and Dazed, if you wasn't in here and you didn't see it, if you watch and you listen to what his wife says in that interview, they were still living with him. They got her and her sister up, got them dressed, and sent them on the school bus that morning. Hello. So far, I haven't seen any more updates other than something about tearing the fence down, and they've got a bulldozer digging the backyard in the Michael Vaughn case, y'all. But let me say this. A tip came in. Michael Vaughn went missing close to the same time Summer did. A tip came in, and look at how they're moving. Please, do not give up hope. A tip can come in on Summer. Yes, I just showed rewind to earlier on. Or go back go back and watch the first 15 minutes. I can't do it right now. What I am saying to you, go back and rewind. I played the news interview with Gary Simpson's wife. She talks about how that he watched them get on the bus and eat breakfast like they normally did, like they had every morning. That Gary left to take his daddy and mama to the hospital and the doctor and all that like normal. So what happened? Why'd so many people freak out and flip out? I mean, I've got video that I'm trying to clip and upload of them in, I think it's called the Safeway. She don't look too upset at all while they shopping either. Allegedly, in my opinion. Scapegoat, in my opinion. Yep, absolutely outdoorsy. No, Allie, I don't know what changed. That's what I'm asking. I feel that based on the fact you have two children that look similar, that lived in a very close proximity to one another, go missing. And if you look at where I posted earlier, and you put a side by side of Luke Harley and Summer, you'll see how eerily they look alike. And we know it could have been her uncle that took Summer because the uncle's deceased. Lord rest his soul. He had his demons to deal with. DEA, not Homeland Security. But anyway. Sure seems like somebody has a penchant for little girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. I believe I got another one to show y'all. But let's finish looking at this real quick because I do have to get up the mountain, y'all. But I really think that we're going to finish looking at this. We're going to look at the Breonna Tester interview article I got. And then I'm going to make sure that you see that video because I don't know why WJHL nor the Rogersville Review let us know about the dog team that searched for Summer being disbanded and why. James Trent, James Trent, that is the same age as what Carly's father would be, owns 0.6 acres at the Pressman home. Three years later, Allie. 3 years later, he went to jail for kidnapping. 3 years later, he was brought back to court and accused of the SA because of what was written on a piece of paper that was found 3 years later in the white van, conversion van that he was driving. Yes, Katie, I did not stutter. Allegedly, however you want to say it. Absolutely, I did not. I'm going to show you. Yes, the Pressmans. 0.6 acres at the Pressman's home. James Trent. Currently. Look it up on the tax records for Hawkins County. It's not difficult, I promise y'all. If you give me a minute, I'll see if I can pull it up for you again and show you. Let this play and give me a moment.
Being hard for help, and along comes Stuart. And the first thing Stuart talked to me, I don't know if he realizes this or not, but I had it on my mind about that this other gentleman, not specifically the one they mentioned here today, but this other gentleman called the Mountain Man of Clinch Mountain. And I had him on my mind to go over and hunt his cabin. But when Stuart called me, and I'm sure he remembers this, we've not really talked about this, but he called me and said, do you need help? And I said, sure, I'd love to have you. And the first place this man said to me was, I know where there's a cabin over in Gravely Valley, over across Clinch. And man, it just rung in my head over and over all night that night. I was saying, this is too big a coincidence that I was thinking of that, and he knows where it's at. So Stuart actually knew where this cabin was at. And the next day, me and him went there on foot. And all this combination of prayers and God answering prayers, I believe that was a God thing, him telling Stuart that he wanted to go look in that cabin. And then Donnie here, he lives real close to there. And his family actually owns land right there. And so it was just it's an answer to a lot of prayer. It just played right into our hands.
So I write music and do concerts to raise awareness for child abuse laws.
How do you feel about the way the money's being used?
I'm very happy with it. I'm so touched. I mean, to be able to donate and be blessed enough to be able to donate anything at all is amazing, but then to be able to see where the money goes at this point is unbelievable. I mean, the kind gestures of these gentlemen that clearly were out there working hard to find Carly, for them to go above and beyond at this point in time when they don't have to. Again, some people say, well, I didn't have to donate, but to be given that money for a job that you did and work as hard as they did, and then to give it away just shows that a level of selflessness that no one can understand or explain. I have a daughter, so this is this could happen to anybody, and I'm a member of the Kyla Davenport Foundation, so we push to change child abuse laws, and through a little girl that was killed by her stepfather, Kyla Davenport. That's the reason why my hair's pink for her. So again, having a situation like this, being so close to home, and knowing that my daughter, could have been in the same situation, it's huge to me. I mean, I would do it again, I would do it again, I would do it again.
Sorry, guys, I was trying like heck and it wasn't cooperating. Give me a moment. I'm going to show y'all. I'm pulling it up for the Pressman home that I was talking about. And also get y'all this article. It's from WYMT. Madisonville Canine Program used to help in summer well search disbanded. October 21st, 2021. The meeting started on the 5th. It's a video. While it's playing, I'm pulling up the James Trent information I just showed y'all. Okay? What happened, Smiley? Who knows outdoorsy life? Who knows? Money laundering? Okay, let me share this article while I'm pulling that land up. And by the way, I'll show y'all what it is to go and search. It's a thing in Tennessee. You can actually search any. You can do it by parcel number, by the owner's name, everything. Oh my God, is he okay? Is he okay, Smiley? Right, Cherokee. Oh my God, Smiley, honey, I'm praying for you, my friend. Here's an article you guys may not have seen that does pertain to Summer's case. You'll see it's by the WYMT Mountain News. I want everybody to see. And then here's the headline. Madisonville Canine Program used to help in Summer Wells search disbanded. It says the Madisonville fire chief is speaking out after part of his program was voted to be disbanded by the Madisonville Board of Aldermen at a meeting on October the 6th. Or 5th, it might say 5th. Sorry, my eyes ain't great right now. Y'all know what's going on. I'm going to let this play so I can finish pulling up that property for y'all right quick, okay? Let me mute myself so there's no echo.
Cut! Let's go ahead and bring in the other bottle. Much better. Perfect. Good job.
And they're tools. Just like a fire hose helps us put fire out, these dogs help us find lost people.
That's the fire chief of Madisonville. He's kind of fighting for his animals after part of his program was disbanded. Ashley Boley traveled there today to learn more about how some of the chief's most valuable assets have been laid off. He's trying to get city leaders in Madisonville to change their mind about this, Ashley.
Yeah, that's right, Ted. There's 3 kinds of certified canines helping with missing and lost people: human remains detection, tracking and trailing, and area search. But none are being used right now, thanks to a 3-2 vote in the last Board of Aldermen meeting.
They're not decorations for the station. They are working dogs. They are certified and trained just like the firefighters are.
Madisonville Fire Department has 3 canines and 1 in training on its search and rescue team, helping people who are missing or lost, including spending a day in Hawkins County, searching for the missing 5-year-old girl, Summer Wells.
It was
Just to be transformative and educational. This is important because these guys stepped up, and some of them kind of where they wasn't wanted, you know, made you feel not wanted. No, it wouldn't be the dogs that lie. I agree, Muffin. But I think this is important to know. To me, I would want to know. I would want to know. Just say it. I would want to know what was going on. I also have that pulled up from the official Tennessee webpage, and I will show you the James H. Trent and the Pressman's house, as well as another property that y'all might be a little like, what? I feel you, Nat. All right, guys, let me go back and let this play out so we can get to the other info. I got to get it going. I can't. Sorry, I can't dally today. I wish I could more.
It was rough terrain, up mountains, down mountains, just letting these dogs work, trying to find the little girl.
But the Board of Aldermen voted to disband the search and rescue program.
Sad, because this is something that's very needed in this community.
It's a low blow.
Fire Chief John Talent says up until this year, the city had an insurance policy on the dogs. In a June meeting, the city decided to lease the dogs from the handlers.
That contract has never come from the city, and that's what we were waiting on, and then this happened.
Scott Hunt with the Board of Aldermen told me on the phone, quote, the city insurance would not insure them unless there was a contract or the city owned them. And it's not that I'm against a search and rescue program, it's that I'm against the way it's currently run, end quote. Hunt said.
So is this another time that money, power, and politics ends up hurting the people that it's supposed to protect, allegedly.
Said he's worried about a liability issue if one of the animals acted aggressively.
The canines are very trained animals. The chances of them actually...
Wow, hold on. Question. So they having to address this in October, not long after Summer went missing, because Loaf alleged that one of the dogs aggressed towards her. Remember that. After she went wading through the creek. So she didn't mess up. Y'all can't see my air quotes. So she didn't mess up the shit. I call bullshit, by the way, on that one, Loaf. The only reason you would go through the water with your feet is if you trying to wash something off your feet, bitch. You talking to somebody that grew up with nothing but hunting dogs and hound dogs, been squirrel hunting, been rabbit hunting, been bear hunting, been deer hunting. We didn't do a lot of flying hunting. We was hunting what was crawling and, I didn't care for the squirrel brains and shit, but granddaddy loved them. I grew up with hound dogs that were trained to hunt and to sniff it out. And the only reason you would have wanted your feet in that creek water is because you had something you was trying to hide and wash off, in my opinion, based on what I grew up knowing. Psh, bullshit, Loaf. Now, talk shit about that in your next live stream before you start drooling and smoking the cigarette from the wrong end. And don't restream me and don't make some innuendos and mumbles and drools. Pull the fuck up or sit down and shut up. That part. In my opinion, allegedly.
Doing anything to be a liability is slim to none. They're not trained like canines for police dogs.
Ultimately, Chief Talent wants the search and rescue team to be reinstated.
I would wish that the city board would at least look at a demonstration of how our dogs work. And
why was this not a major story? Summer went missing in June. This happened in October. These are the animals that you use to search. Why was this not a story? Why was this not front page news? Why was this not as important as any parade or anything to do with getting another fire engine at Churchill Rescue Squad or any of the other bullshit? Why was this not covered, WJHL, Jeff Bobo? Why did y'all not talk about this? I got a lot of questions.
revisit this.
The handlers own and paid for the dogs, and Talent says the city only pays them.
Ooh, days. That is a good idea. And I know where to start. You know what? I don't know about the ones used by law enforcement in the area, but I do know the dogs that were used by EquiSearch come out of Wilmington, North Carolina. So we can start there. I'm on that. You just gave me something. You just gave this old dog a bone, and I'm going root at it.
Them to train and if they go on missions. And so far this year, they've helped with 9 searches ranging from Atlanta across East Tennessee.
Ashley, explain a little bit more about how this contract would work to maybe make this all work out.
Yeah, so Chief Talent tells me the contract would allow the city to lease the dogs from the firefighters, and they would be able to insure them that way.
What's next?
The Board of Aldermen meeting is set for the 1st of November, and Chief Talent plans to be there and try to get the search and rescue canines on the agenda.
A bit of a fight ahead still. Ashley Boley, thanks a lot. The Alcoa
Sorry, y'all. And I agree, Melissa. I've said, long said, I started this back in September of 2021 saying that the major difference in Carly and Summers' case was early on national news coverage. Her mom and dad reached out to People Magazine. They reached out to Inside Edition. Hawkins County was bombarded with national media, and they knew it wasn't going away. We couldn't get that with Summers' case. We got John Walsh and everybody involved. Remember the phone calls, Miss Mel out on the pier that spent all day on the phone with John Walsh's people, and we finally got her featured. What do you think got them on Dr. Phil? Who do you think got the Dr. Phil shit started? And I'm not saying me. I'm not talking about me. I'm saying social media as a whole. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me speaking now? I'm not muted, it says. Somebody give me a 7 in the chat. Okay, y'all can hear me now. I figured out I was muted while I was talking. That, to me, was huge in the beginning. And I feel like every time Ronnie Lawson says something about social media interfering in the investigation, I hear the Scooby-Doo thing and those darn kids, you know, those darn kids, those darn nosy kids. We're those darn nosy kids. Period. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Muffin. Exactly. Now I want to show y'all something. This, anybody can use it. It's called the Tennessee Property Viewer. You can go and look it up. I already kind of went into the search to help expedite. I know it's hard to see, and I can't figure out how to make this bigger right here, right now, and I do apologize. But look in this search bar. You'll see there's 2 James Trents. I want you to look specifically at the one that I have highlighted, James H. Trent. Because in the information that was written, it was James H. Trent was her father's name. Okay? You see right there, Pressman's home, right? Am I crazy? Do you not see it highlighted? Pressman's home road, to be precise. But when you go look at it, that road leads to Pressman's home. It is a city within itself. Okay? Because there's James H. and James Edward, James David, and James H.B. and Linnea. Those are not the same ones. James H. only has the one. I'm going to click on it and see what it'll show us. It should be changing on your screen shortly. Deeded acreage is 3.17 acres. The date of this imagery is 2019. The date of Vexel imagery is 2021. One of those, listen, in my opinion, totally my opinion, I'm going to say this, totally my opinion. If you wanted to hide something or someone, or maybe you wanted to have, let's talk about the Granger County shows that they just settled the lawsuit about. Well, if you took people out of the jail, and wanted to put on a show like at a club, the President's Home would be a great place for that. In my opinion, just my thought processes. You can also look up NT by T in Tennessee. You can go county by county, and you can go by the partial name. I will tell you, when I tried to look up the Wells property, it would not show up by me putting 110. Thank you. I got this. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. It would not show up when I put in 110 Ben Hill Road. But it did show up when I put in Don and Candace's names. Oh, I'm doing this wrong, y'all. Hold on. The highlighted property is where the acreage is contained. That's the partial number where the acreage is contained that's highlighted in blue. Pretty much, little Dev, pretty much. Alright, guys, on to the next thing. I want to show y'all this about Breonna Tester. Where it says Deputy DA Billy Anderson. Deputy DA says that Billy Anderson was on probation for murder when he allegedly killed Breonna Tester. So let me show y'all that next. Because I am going to have to go soon. As much as I want to show y'all this and some other stuff, I'm going to have to split it up. And I'm sorry. Y'all know I got some stuff I got to take care of. What the world is going on? Nobody asked for that. Oh, and by the way, I will say this. Allegedly, people reached out to me that live there and told me that we need to dig into what properties that Eastman owns in the Beach Creek, Ben Hill areas. Agreed, Smiley. He shouldn't have.
Alex, thank you very much. A News Channel 11 investigation finds a man charged with second-degree murder in the death of a Johnson City woman back in March. Previously had been convicted of attempted second-degree murder.
A deeper dive into Billy Anderson's criminal history.
Yeah, honey, April, I know. We've been given updates about that. Here's the updates. I got this for you. This is the first thing I found in an update since Breonna's mama come out and said it had nothing to do with Summer and blah, blah, blah. Let me say this. In my opinion, allegedly, anything that has to do with major drug trafficking and use in Hawkins County has to do with Summer's case. In my opinion. Because at the end of the day, I keep telling y'all, and I've said this since day one, drugs, money, power, control. I can't let go of it. My nightmares and my dreams will not let me let go of it. And I am checking while we're watching this. Periodically, I keep checking back on Twitter for any of the latest updates on Monkey. So far, it's pretty much the same. They're not giving any updates. They are still on the scene in that backyard. I know the fence is down. I know it is being called a bulldozer, not a backhoe, that they're using. I agree. I got this. I've been there since day one. The players in the game may have changed or may have been more added, but their motivation is still the same. Power and greed and control.
Shows he was convicted of that crime and several others back in 2013. Deputy District Attorney General Dennis Brooks says Anderson was on probation when he was arrested 6 times between last September and January of this year. He faces 18 different charges on 4 different dates.
And Anderson was allowed back on the street each time a bond was set, and he posted bail. His bond never exceeded $30,000. News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with the deputy DA in this case today.
Bianca, how is a person with Anderson's criminal history even be able to be out?
Well, that's just the thing. They're not supposed to be out. Now, actually, the DA told me that so many different people actually dropped the ball in this case.
Ultimately, it's our responsibility, in my opinion, to know that this guy has prior charges that he's on bond for and he's committing new cases.
But that wasn't the case with Billy Anderson.
Quick update, you guys. Just going to read what's been posted by Morgan Romero TV. Breaking as of 56 minutes ago. And I'm going to show this whole thread. Hold on. I'm trying. It may not be showing on your screen. Fruitland Police Chief has confirmed they are looking for remains, following up on a very credible tip. Several people are gathered around in the backyard where crews are looking for something. It's eerily quiet without the tractor going. Now, I'm not seeing a bulldozer, and I'll show y'all this, what you can see. You can see the bulldozer over the top of the fence. The fence was dismantled on the side of this house on Red Wing Street in Fruitland. Hold on. Let me just show you all this. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to show you the video, so just bear with me. Let's see. I have to stop one and start another screen. Y'all just bear with me, please. I haven't been really covering his case, but I know you guys want to know this, so I'm going to update you. I've been following it. I just haven't covered it on YouTube, which is different. This should show you what I'm seeing on my screen. I'm just waiting. Give it a second to pop up. There we go. As I said, Morgan Romero TV. Breaking. Fruitland Police Chief has confirmed they are looking for remains, following up on a very credible tip. Okay, I can't. Make sure I'm following both of those. Okay. And there's an hour ago where it's saying the people are gathered. And I'm going to show that thread. I want y'all to see this video. It's a 10-second clip. You can see the bulldozer over the fence. You're welcome, you guys. I haven't got info about the press conference, but I will. Do you know what channel, Smiley? And I'll pop it up on here and we'll watch it together. Let's see. 49 minutes ago, Chief Huff, a couple lives in this home on Red Wing Street in Fruitland, says he's not aware of connection BT them and Vaughn's. Crews out here last night and secured the home and started work in the yard last night and continue working until this evening. Different piece of heavy machinery entered the backyard. That's 47 minutes ago, you guys. Fruitland PD, ISP, Idaho Mountain Search, and Rescue and Human Remains Canines. No, you're telling me a YouTube channel, Smiley. Give me a TV station. I can't stream another YouTuber. And Justin will strike me just like Molly. Trust and believe I know this. If one of my mods, anybody can send me a link to the press conference in the email and let me know that you sent it. That way we can all watch together. Let me see what else it's saying here. 49 minutes ago, they were asking if the dogs are there. Dogs are on the scene. Wow. Let's see hold on, 22 minutes ago. GPR is ground penetrating radar. See, 19 minutes ago. Channel 7 KTVB, thank you. I'm going to let y'all keep seeing this for a second, and I'm going to try to pull it up. See if I can find it. I'm wondering if YouTube or just the internet. Let's see. Y'all bear with me. I'm an old lady. I'm trying as fast as I can. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on their YouTube channel right now. Two minutes ago. Yeah, they have an update 6 minutes ago. But nothing about whatchamacallit yet. Press conference. Let's see what. Let me check on. You should see it on the Twitter too. Yeah, I got them pulled up. Smiley. Oh my God, y'all. Says police are currently outside a home in Fruitland with tractors and a dumpster related to Michael Vaughn's disappearance. That was 2 hours ago. Let's see what else we got. 17 hours ago. Yeah, that's older. Okay. And I've also got them pulled up on YouTube as well, you guys. So I'm following them 2 different ways. Y'all know Brandy's on top of her head 10 minutes ago. Oh, God, it popped again. Let's see. That's the thread we were just reading. Alright. We're going to switch to their YouTube channel for the TV right quick. The news channel. Let me refresh it while I'm setting this up. I'm going to switch y'all to that right quick. Check my email. Gotcha. Y'all bear with me for a second. Wow. I'm not leaving. I saw that. Can anybody hear me? Okay, sorry. I had to put artificial tears in when my eye starts twitching and hurting. Luckily, Walmart had a cheap brand for $2 and something. Okay, let me share this article with you guys. And oh my, so 3 minutes away was an RSO that was probably riding up Jesus. Just praying, y'all. Just praying. Let me share this article with y'all. Thank you, Cherokee. Jeez Louise. No, little Dev, I sound like this because I'm fucking crying my eyeballs out every day. Sorry, got to be bitchy and irritated, but I kind of thought that every video I've done for the past month nearly has explained the situation. It's not getting any better. They don't ask you to do advanced directives and DNRs and and oncologist consults and tell you how sick somebody is and how bad it is, and it's getting better. Fuck.
It's not just a gift. It's a feeling. Gifts
I'm Shira Matzau, and we begin with breaking news out of Fruitland. That's where multiple law enforcement agencies are at a home right now. Fruitland police say it's all in connection with the search for missing Fruitland boy Michael Vaughn. And this is where that search is happening. Take a look at a map there. It's at a home in Fruitland, just about 4 minutes away from Michael's home. Our crews on scene say it's just across the street in another neighborhood. And that's where KTV's Morgan Romero and Alex Duggan join us live from. And you both have been out there for hours. What are you seeing?
Yeah, Shira, we have been out here for several hours. We have seen law enforcement, search and rescue crews digging through a backyard behind me. You can see a piece of the fence removed over there, as well as a tree cut down. They've been using heavy machinery to dig in that backyard. And Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff confirms they are searching for Michael Vaughn's remains. They got a very credible lead, as he called it, that led them to this backyard. And again, we saw that heavy machinery working earlier. We actually went into the backyard of this house behind us to look at that. And you know, Alex, when they stopped using that heavy machinery, there were several people in that backyard just kind of sitting there. It was eerily quiet. Chief Huff telling us that they've been out here since last night. Tell us what else we know.
Well, Morgan, Huff said that they haven't found anything as of now, but they're going
Allegedly. Oh my God, this is crazy, y'all. So allegedly, both of the residents of this home. You're fine, little Dev, honey. Do not get upset. I'm emotional because of what's going on right here with Monkey. Man, I don't think you know, so just take a breath right now, little Dev, and kind of catch up, baby. We're all emotional because of it, okay? So, allegedly, both residents of this home are RSOs. And this is between 3 and 4 minutes away from little Michael Vaughn's home with Brandy and Travis. I think even those that haven't followed his case, like we have Summers, are emotional because we're all afraid that this day's going to come for her. And we're wondering who's going to be the next alleged Gary Simpson. Now back to this. I hope and I pray that people are there with Michael's mama and daddy, facing even the possibility of marrying a child. It does something to you inside. I promise you it does, and I know. Every day I know. My heart goes out to them, and so do my prayers.
Going to keep searching and excavating for his remains. They obtained a search warrant to search the premises. They came out here at 9:30 this morning to start over again. And you know, Idaho State Police, Idaho Search and Rescue have been out here along with the Fruitland Police Department. They have canines in the backyard. And you know, they said in a press conference earlier this summer that a lead had placed them back into the Fruitland area.
Yeah, and at this time, you know, again, they have not found anything, but Chief Huff telling us that they are going to be out here for as long as it takes. They're going to be out here well into the evening. And since Michael Vaughn disappeared back on July 27th, 2021, they have received around 1,200 leads. They have cleared many of them, some of them, like this one, considered very credible. Chief Huff also telling us that a couple lives inside that home that we're showing you. And he says right now he doesn't know of any connection that he's aware of between the Vaughn family and this couple who lives inside the home. But as we were out here in this neighborhood earlier, speaking with several neighbors, they told us they haven't seen anything like this in their neighborhood. They're really shocked. Take a listen.
I've been in New Plymouth at a family thing, and I came home and my wife called me and said, there's something going on behind the house. I live over off the block behind them.
Okay.
And I had heard some activity over there.
He said he heard activity, and that's what we heard when we were out here earlier, too. Alex, you've been out here since around 1 o'clock this afternoon. What else did you see?
You know, neighbors' homes have already been searched. The neighbor we talked to said that his home was already searched. He allowed them into their home. They searched his garage. They searched everything.
I'm wondering right along with y'all, but they said a very credible tip. So either it was with an impeccable record and or I am. And while we're talking stupid, but y'all remember me telling you that I was contacted and told that somebody put a root, an old mountain witch spell or hoodoo or something to that effect on me? And I don't know what to tell y'all, but ever since we salted the property lines, did the little egg thing, and prayed the Lord's Prayer at every corner and prayed for family health and well-being and whatnot, my eyes healing. And until today and yesterday and the day before, other things seem to be getting better. Just makes you wonder. I'm looking to see who's going to start having a lot of problems. Amen, and amen to that, sweetie. It's what I heard, Katie. They said that somebody's stuff came back again in full force. I wonder why. Yeah, I can't see the name that just said it. Looks like Linda. I just reported that. Him and, if you didn't know, him and the female are RSOs. Not one, but two. How about that? Well, Rhonda was preyed upon by multiple people and returned to sender. And it was funny to me because that was done. And it was about 26, 27 hours later. And that was put out there that she was sick. Oh, loaf. Thank you, Miss Linda. We appreciate it. Yeah, ain't that some sad? Little over 3 miles, but under 4 miles from his home. From Michael Vaughn's home. Not one, but two, male and female, and both allegedly are RSO'd. She sure is, Katie. Wonder why. Sad and sickening. Everybody just needs to pray for this family right now. I can't fathom what they must be going through at this moment in time right now. Well, I got this. I had several people reach out to me with the same opinion. And sure did. It was my eye was not responding. I had been through 7 boxes of antibiotic drops. It was not responding to the antibiotics. But a few hours after that prayer was done, things seemed to be changing with it. It's kind of weird to me. Alright, back to this video, you guys. Oh my Lord, if the computer will just cooperate. Of course we're waiting.
Everything, and he told me that they showed him a picture of a scooter, a kid's scooter, and they might have been looking for that, and that's what he thought, he found very interesting, was that he said he hadn't seen it.
And as Shira said earlier, the parents' home only 4 minutes away, and that is the area on Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland where
he said he hadn't seen it.
And as Shira said earlier,
been looking for that, and that's what he thought, he found very interesting, was that he said he hadn't seen it.
And as Shira said earlier,
a kid's scooter, and they searched his garage, already been searched, the neighbor.
Since around 1 o'clock this afternoon, what else did you see?
Neighbors' homes have already been searched. The neighbor we talked to said that his home was already searched. He allowed them into their home. They searched his garage. They searched everything. And he told me that they showed him a picture of a scooter, a kid's scooter, and they might have been looking for that. And that's what he thought, he found very interesting, was that he said he hadn't seen it.
And as Shira said earlier, the parents' home only 4 minutes away, and that is the area on Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland.
Okay, I might have misheard what was just said by the news just then. But it sounds to me like they questioned the male of that couple in his house and was asking about that scooter. Could somebody have seen Little Monkey's scooter in their possession? And that's the tip that led them there? And maybe there had been something dug up or planted in that yard recently? Or around the time Monkey went missing, and then they've got his scooter? or been seen with it or seen pictures of it. Maybe they tried to sell it to someone. I'm just thinking of scenarios. This is all my thoughts and opinions, but that's really what it sounded like. Well, whether they have children or not, if he was seen with that scooter when he went missing, and they've been seen with it, and they don't have children or grandchildren that's there at their house, and obviously they've had some kind of work done in that backyard, there's a reason they're going to that backyard. There is a reason, I'm telling you. The police always keep something close to their vest and never tell you everything about a case that they know. There's always a piece of evidence that they leave out that only those involved in the perpetration of the crime would know. And the parents, possibly. That is, in any case that foul play is suspected, they always withhold something. Let's get back to this, and I'm going to keep checking Baby Cat again. They're around 3.5 miles from Michael Vaughn's home in an alleged RSO's yard. Allegedly, the male and the female married couple in the house are both RSOs. I rewound a little bit. I'm going to go back to the 3-minute mark so you can hear what they're saying about the scooter, and we'll pick it up from there, you guys.
(1:00 this afternoon. What else did you see?
You know, neighbors' homes have already been searched. The neighbor we talked to said that his home was already searched. He allowed them into their home. They searched his garage. They searched everything. And he told me that they showed him a picture of a scooter, a kid's scooter, and they might have been looking for that. And that's what he thought, he found very interesting, was that he said he hadn't seen it.
And as Shira said earlier, the parents' home only 4 minutes away, and that is the area on Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland where Michael Vaughn, also affectionately referred to as Monkey, was last seen. And as we've been covering this story, there have been searches across the country, his picture, his information on the side of semi-trucks all over the country just searching for him. And the fact that we are back here just 4 minutes away from the parents' home, perhaps looking for his remains, as Chief Huff said, just shows, how close to home this situation really was. We will continue to stay out here all evening, and we will continue to keep updated on air and online. You can follow both Alex and I on Twitter and go to ktvb.com to read more about that background information. Shira.
Yeah, I know you both have been staying on top of this for us, and we'll be sure to check back in with you in just about 15 minutes as well. All right, Alex and Morgan, thank you.
Golden Mare, if you'll rewind about the last 30, 45 minutes, you'll catch up to where we're at. 3.5 miles, a married couple, both are alleged RSOs. Scooter search involved.
This is amazing!